Hello and welcome everybody to a special Wednesday night racing event here with the Vigilante Racing League having their all-star race here this week. It's going to be a fun time coming at you live from North Wilkesboro, a fantastic old school raceway that thankfully iRacing was able to revive, and that way we can get a fantastic show for each and every single one of you, and these drivers are rearing to go. It's the Vigilante Racing League's best drivers being put head to head for 200 laps. This is going to be a interesting one indeed, so be sure to sit back, relax, grab up all that popcorn you can handle as we're getting ready to launch on in and get things started off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the proud sponsors of the VRL, such as GC Cruise Travel and Mr. Greg Klein. Give him a call at 918-906-5616 or shoot him an email or a message over on the Facebook so you can get back to relaxing on vacation, all just with one simple call or text or email or whatever have you, because trust me when I say this, I just got off a boat with Mr. Greg Klein and he saved me personally a little over $1,000 on that vacation. So it was all worry and stress free. He was able to take care of all the details for me, and it was just a fantastic experience. So be sure to book your next vacation through GC Cruise Travel. Big thank you as well to Blue Fox Properties and Mr. Dave Mayberry. Give him a call at 520-850-4189 if you're looking to buy or sell your house in the Tucson, Arizona area or anywhere across the country. Let his 18 years of experience just get to work for you to help you get into that home of your dreams, because when I say that this housing market just gets crazier and crazier, no one knows what's going to happen next. So trust the professionals like Mr. Dave Mayberry and Blue Fox Properties. Big thank you as well to D&D Race Graphics. Fantastic splash screens each and every single week, as well as amazing paint schemes that you see on these trucks weekly. Great job done there by Mr. Ricky Wittenberg, who also just recently changed really companies. So be sure, if you're looking maybe over on the East Coast side of things, reach on out to Mr. Ricky Wittenberg and Southbound Real Estate. Got his business card up there for you. You can also give him a call at 423-444-0454 to get you into that home of your dreams if you're maybe looking for some things on the East Coast side of things. So big thank you to Mr. Ricky Wittenberg and his two little companies there. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I would say I am partially joined by the brewmaster in general, Mr. Alan English, but he's currently got his little ticker remote thing active, trying to count how many cows go flying by his house as tornadoes are down in his area. He'll be joining us here relatively soon, but I am most definitely indeed joined by the anger management specialist. He's even got a master's in it. It's the guy on pit road, Mr. Adam Turner, joining us here for this all-star race here tonight. Adam, should be a beautiful day for racing, unlike what they had in real life, and this is one of the few times we get to see a limited field, and it's really just the kind of best of the best drivers that are out there tonight to put on a great show.
Yeah, but the real race ended up in a fight, so that was cool. Like, let's have a fight tonight. Let's pretend we're like the real deal. Have somebody fight somebody. You know, let's have a little argument about something here. Beautiful place to have an all-star race, though. North Wilkesboro. What great history it is here. And yeah, English, we got to watch out for him. It looks like he's not in his chair right now, and the chair hasn't moved, so his house is still there, so that's good. We got to keep an eye on him and all his tornadoes there in northwest Louisiana. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. This is a cool track. These guys are great drivers, and should be a fun night. Let me give you the rules, Mr. Brown. All right. The rules tonight. We have 2 fast repairs. You know, it's all-star race. Might as well. 45% fuel. 5 total sets of tires. 0 penalties. And then I just wrote here, like, you know, which that means YOLO. You know, just send it right now. Let's fight. Let's battle it out. The only concern for me would be the track temp. It's 104. But it's all right. This is a short track. They can get it done.
And that indeed it is, as we take a look here at tonight's race info. Beautiful sunshiny skies that make that track temp a little warm out there, but sounds like these drivers are kind of used to it at this point. Sounds like the race on Monday was also warm, so a lot of people getting their experience in for sure. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, though. Oh man, it's going to be super important. You got to exit smooth to drive fast. If that means maybe going a little bit slower in those corners than maybe you're used to, and getting on that throttle just a little bit more gentle. That's going to be your key to success and pick up some positions tonight.
Yeah, we got a saying in my business, and it's kind of the same thing. Slow is...
And that indeed it will be, as the chat is lighting on up. We thank you all for joining us out here with us. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And also hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy any of the race in action. Should be a wonderful time for everybody out there. Edson Ochoa saying good afternoon, everybody. Happy to have you here with us. He's also saying hopefully everyone stays safe when they're near these dang storms that's going on by. Mr. Greg Klein also saying his internets have apparently got him here tonight. Hopefully it comes back in time for him to get into the race. Taylor Provax, a beautiful night for a racing. Let's go All-Stars, number 33 of Jess Vaught, number 16 of Kyle Vaught. Should be a good night for them. Team Good Enough and the 89 for Rhett Arnell. He's happy to be here with us. Jessica Stubbfield and I guess Stub Nation, even though Stubb's not here tonight. I don't know how many caution shots you guys did on Monday night, but Stubbs doesn't race with us here. But we're happy to have you joining us here anyway. Glad to see y'all out here. Miss Lori Vaught, of course, our wonderful race director, joining us, saying welcome home. Yes, indeed, it is a welcome home indeed, as it's been a wonderful journey there. And Greg Dobson cheering on the 10 and the 88. He's in crew chief mode here this evening, gonna help out his partners and teammates. Jessica also saying that they just got power back about 45 minutes ago from their storms, and so she's sending her prayers and good wishes out to everybody as qualifying quickly starts to close on up. And speaking of rocking and rolling, the drivers are starting to rock and roll as they get into their race trucks down on that start-finish line. So let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to start here tonight. Starting up on pole position, the 89 of Craig Goodenough with a good enough time to take pole position. 33 of Mr. Jess Vaught having a great time starting to his outside here in second. 74 Zachary Hallinan having a very quick lap in practice and following up with a great lap time here in qualifying to start up in third. 55 Ricky Wittenberg with a great starting spot to his outside in fourth. You got the 7 of Mr. Timothy Pope. Always keep your eye on the Pope man as he's going to start up inside that top 5. The 6 of Trevor Robertson going to start right there where his number is there in 6th. With the 28 of George Rincon just starting behind him there in 7th, and the 84 of Josh Bittner there as well in 8th. The 81 of Chachi, Jonathan Osborne starting here tonight in 9th, and the 14 of Dustin with a Y, Mr. Dustin Eaton, gonna round out your field's top 10. In 11th will be the 18 of Mr. Andrew Player, and rounding out your field's top 12, it's gonna be the 10 of Andrew Coffin. I think the 43 and the 085 might be playing spotter here tonight, so they joined the session. And can you say something real quick there, Turner? Oh no, no one can hear you. That is no bueno. I did not notice that. Thank you very much, Peyton. Give me once. I know you said all these cool things. Hold on a second. Okay, you should be good now.
All right. I said a bunch of cool stuff, guys. You're going to have to trust me on that. I was all hyped up, ready to party, and then I guess my mic got cut off. But how is it now? You are good, my good buddy, as we get ready to get the field all lined on up and revved on up behind this pace truck as we're going side by side. All right.
Into turns 3 and 4. A very tight and tricky track here tonight at North Wilkesboro as they get fired on up. And here we go for the first time this evening. Green flag racing here at the All-Star race. 33 just fought with a fantastic start here, getting right out in front of the 89 on that outside lane. 74 Zachary Hallinan kind of getting checked up there. He's going to battle with the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg side by side. Up behind him though, the 6 machine, Trevor Robertson, going high into the outside, getting up into that outside wall as they come back down and across the line. A little bit of a squiggle there, under braking for the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. Up in front of him, though, you got the 14 of Dustin with a Y and the 28 of George Rincon battling side by side. Larry Dickerson in the 69 side by side with the 16 and the 3, all at the same time. A 2-for-1 special as he tries to work his magic on that outside lane. Robertson still kind of stuck up there in that middle to outside, now going side by side with that 01 of, or excuse me, the 10 of Mr. Andrew Cawthon. Zachary Hallinan in the 74 continuing to have some battles out there. He's now battling with the 7 of Timothy Pope, trying to continue to move up this field. But yeah, here we go, up and underway, looking pretty smooth right now. Their Turner drivers starting to get into their groove, get into the rhythm as the 74 drifts out wide. The 84 dives his nose down underneath.
No, it looks like everybody put a lot of practice in here. It could get a little crazy. Nothing harsh on the cold tires. Now, when we start to see the old tires, I'd be a little concerned. Coming out of 4, that's where, and 2, the 2 and 4 are where we see stuff happen.
Oh,
what happened
no,
there?
the 3 of Austin Paul gets up into that outside wall, and we have our first caution of the evening. Let's go ahead and take a look back and see what happened with the 3. Looks like he got tangled up with the 86 here. Oh, just getting into that back quarter of the 86, and I think he was hitting his brakes. Got that back end loose. The 01 and the 99 kind of helped finish the 3 spin on around in that sun drop machine. Thankfully, no wall contact there. Just a little bit of some car contact and a little bit of a spin, but he's able to get back and get back driving in the right direction.
Man, they kind of pulled us there. They had a really good start. They were running real good. It's tight quarters here, and there's 20 trucks. So you're going to have a little bit of beating and banging. They're going to get used to it. This is a wonderful place to race, man. Super fun.
Yeah, that indeed, as we continue to get some pace laps underway, and we can't wait to see what these drivers have to unfold for us. Some more people out there in the chat. Ordnagella saying Team Orangutan with Mr. Dustin Eaton. And he's also cheering on Craig Goodenough with the orangutans. Osvaldo cheering on the 16. Let's see here. Matt Wedge, he's cheering on that Goodenough machine out there. Had a great starting spot. He's still going to be up there fighting with the 33 of Jess Vaught. And Miss Beverly Anderson, Mom Anderson, sending her love over there to America's Driver and Albert.
Oh, it's so good to see everybody in the chat. We had been here in a while. You were on a cruise with Greg Klein on that cruise you mentioned. Awesome cruise sounded like. And he saved you some money. Hit him up if you want to save money on stuff like that. He does a lot of, not only cruises, doesn't he do vacations?
Oh, no, he's just all around vacations. If you want to go to one of those all-inclusive resorts, he can hook you up with that. If you want to go travel across Ireland, he could even get you all booked up for that. So yeah, definitely reach on out. But speaking of the vacation, big thank you to Mr. Gary Godso for filling in for us for those couple of weeks that we were gone. Did a wonderful job for us there. If you make sure you go and subscribe and go watch some of the races he puts on. I know he puts on more of a IndyCar style of a broadcast, but does a great job with it nonetheless. So big thank you to Mr. Godso.
Yeah, no, they did a good job. I watched some of it, and yeah, he does awesome with the IndyCar stuff. So yeah, check him out. But not only check him out, also check us out. Tell your friends, hit the button. We're trying to get a certain number so we can start getting rich and stuff. And we want this league to be rich. So we just got to hit the button. Tell your friends we can watch these cool races together. Here we go, Brown. As
there goes the pace truck down and in, which means it's time to go back to green flag racing. 33 just fought another good start. Oh, contact though early. 55 in the 89. 89 goes through the spin cycle and more contact to follow. 10 and the 16 getting caught up, and it looks like even the 18 machine of Andrew Player gets a piece of the action.
Yeah, this is gonna happen, and these restarts, you're gonna see some issues. And then after we get some tire wear, you're gonna see stuff. But hey, it's the All-Star break. They're all kind of like apologizing right now, so yeah, they're gonna straighten it out.
Looked like the 89 got the clear call to come on down the track into turn 1. Problem is the 55 of Wittenberg was closing that gap really quickly, and yeah, he got just into that quarter panel there. 89 ends up going for a little bit of a ride. Hold on, let me change the cameras here. So I'm trying to find a good enough number on the leaderboard. There it is. As yeah, he goes for a ride, gets just clips the 14. 81 of Osborne gets a piece of the action. 14 goes back up to the wall. Unfortunately, he had the 10 there and the 18 all lined up nose to tail, and neither of them were able to stop in time. And that's kind of what happened there towards the tail end of the break.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, we do have lots of cool paints, you know, because kind of some guys are running throwbacks like Just Spot is running to kill Yarborough. Hardy's paint. Remember the old Hardy's cars? Those were cool.
No, you're asking the wrong guy. We need English here for that.
Oh, dang it, he's not here. Bidner's got that paint that looks like a Miller High Life. Oh, just cool stuff all over the track.
Oh, yeah. Then you got the 28 Goodweiser machine from George Rincon getting a little bit of a change up in a snazzy paint scheme. 81 of Jonathan Osborne. Kind of a good take on that truck. Yeah, so I think some of these guys enjoyed their throwback paints from last week so much they decided to continue that.
It could be. They just kept them on the truck because this is kind of a throwback track. So.
That indeed it is. 200 laps is what is the scheduled distance here for tonight. We do have one available green-white checker bonus time finish, if so need be. Another couple wrinkles here in this all-star race. We will have a competition yellow coming out at the at lap 100. So definitely that's going to throw a monkey wrench in the kind of strategery and all that kind of stuff for. And that also has a mandatory full tire pit stop. So that's something to watch out for. Then we'll have another quick little break from the action at lap 150. So 50 laps to go, and that one is optional for people to come down and use. So some a little bit of extra thought having to be brought into this one as the pace truck comes on down into pit road, which means it's time to go green flag racing here once again. Ooh, up to the outside wall goes the 55 of Wittenberg, getting that racing stripe in here early as a 33 of Jespot and the 7 of Timothy Pope in trail here, trying to catch on up. 55 still doing a good job up on that outside lane, side by side with his teammate there in the 84 of Josh Bittner. But here in this all-star race, teammates mean nothing. It's all for one and one for none, as he's also got the 74 and the 28 having a good battle sitting right there behind him.
Yeah, here we go. Back to a couple good laps here. See if we can put them down. Brett Arnell says the whole neighborhood is here for the 89. All right, well, tell the whole neighborhood, like, subscribe, hit the button, become our friends, follow us, and then we can all be friends, and they can comment too, and then they can put their 2 cents in, you know. So far right here on this green flag run, we're looking good.
Yeah, you got the 88 of Adamson running along that outside wall, getting around the 10 of Andrew Cawthon. He's got the 6 and the 69 battling side by side, just up in front of them. 19 of one of Canada's own, Jack the Ripper Dixon, a real-life short track driver, out there battling with the 3 of Austin Paul right now. Some good battles going on there. Everyone, for the meantime, other than the 99 and the 10 going single file, but they got some side-by-side going on. And then just up in front of them, 88 got the 6, got the 89, got the 69, all battling for position.
Yep, single filing out a little bit, which is good because then you start to get individual battles. Looks like Dickerson's in the 69. He's trying to take that high line around people, but not quite making moves yet. But him and the 89 have a good battle there.
And that they are, as we jump on board here with the 89, as he's got his driver camera on up, so you can, almost some contact there. As you can see how much he's having to work that racing wheel again. Thank goodness that these drivers have discovered the use of sim racing gloves to help them grip that steering wheel here tonight. Is definitely a tricky track to get around indeed. If you go a little too hot into the corner, it's going to try to push you up the track. But if you get a little too slow and you get on that throttle a little too hard, it wants to spin you out and spit you out of the corner.
Yeah, it can definitely spin you. And these walls are very hard. There's no safer barrier here, at least in the virtual world. And it'll beat your truck up a little bit, so try to keep that thing off the wall. Be my best advice to these guys tonight.
Yeah, that would definitely be some good advice as the 6 and the 69 start to separate a little bit here. Good side-by-side racing action going on in the middle of the field as the 33 of Jess Vaught and the 7 of Timothy Pope kind of checking themselves on out, getting way out in front of the rest of the field, about almost a second and a half over that 55 Ricky Wittenberg, who again, if he didn't make this all-star race, I would have been asking him to join us here in the booth, not because English is missing or nothing, but he's a old school racing kind of guy. He knows the North Wilkesboro track and loves this style of racing here tonight.
Yeah, it's a 0.63 mile track, which is nuts. I just wish that I like the old races in the NASCAR. It's like they pulled the Buick off the showroom floor and just put a roll cage in it and rolled around here at 100-something miles an hour. It's pretty fun, and I'm just glad they're back.
As we had a quick little break from some side-by-side, but we get right back to it here with the 18 and the 10 going side-by-side. Now the 69 and the 6 going back to some side-by-side action. Even saw the 99-88 going side-by-side. Even the 55 Ricky Wittenberg battling with his teammate and now good buddy of Mr. George Rincon trying to sneak his way on up through here.
Man, little treats all over the track. Let me search a little bit because I know you're busy up there. Adamson's having a good battle. Anderson's behind him. Eden behind him.
Oh, 88 going around and a great save there from Adamson. Getting a little loosey-goosey in the middle of the corner. It looked like he was about to get into the back of somebody there. I think it was the 6 of Trevor Robertson. And I think maybe just a smidge too hard on those brakes. And it was wanting to send that truck around, but he was able to catch it just in time. He will lose a couple positions here, but he's right back into it immediately with a good side-by-side battle with the 99 and the 14.
And you know who's not comfortable here? I don't know what happened, but Kyle Vaught, who got an old retro Dale Earnhardt scheme, is in last place, and his father is on his tail about to lap him, so that'll be fun. See if they have some kind of argument as he passes him in that Hardy's machine.
And one of those incidents we had earlier on, the 16 of the younger Vaught ended up getting some damage. So I don't think he was wanting to maybe use a fast repair too early there and ended up going a couple laps down trying to make sure that thing got all fixed on up as the 01 of Kelly Keel moving his way on up a couple spots right now, trying to chase down that 10 of Andrew Cawthon.
All right, we're having some good runs here, spread out a little bit, and I like how we have just a couple battles here and there. You don't want to have everybody side by side at a track like this, but you do like to see some movement too.
That indeed we do. 99 of Anderson fighting it out with the 14 of Dustin with a Y. And speaking of Dustin with a Y, Miss Analea Tovar saying that she is so glad that we are back. Well, we're glad to have you back here with us as you cheer on the 14 machine and the Orang-Otang race team.
Speaking of back, I'm here.
Oh,
boys.
God. No
Made
tornadoes? Be good.
Yeah, it's passed to the south of us. We're good to go.
How many flying bovines did you see?
6 or 8. I lost count.
That's not too bad. It's the 6 of Trevor Robertson trying to chase down that 69 of Larry Dickerson. Oh, just getting a little loose coming out of the corner, but he's able to hold the momentum here and keep that front bumper alongside the 69.
Man. Well, Greg says his English quit throwing beer bottles at the tornadoes. Yes, he has. He's back now, finally. And And Leah Tovar says, glad y'all are back. Isn't that nice to have people that are actually
Yes.
care
Yes.
about the AAA clowns that we are? But we love being here at the Vigilante Racing League for sure. This is a great night. Wednesday nights, I always look forward to it. I'm sure y'all do as well.
Yep.
There's a couple good battles still unfolding out here on the track, 14 and the 99, and then just up the road you got the 6 and the 69 having a good battle up there just behind the 89 of Craig Goodenough. Jonathan Osborne now kind of getting under attack from that 89.
No, y'all been talking about the throwback paints here tonight, haven't you?
A little
Bunch
bit.
of good ones out there.
Yeah, we did a little bit, but if you see something else, let us know. I mentioned the Hardy's paint. I love that. Josh Bittner's paint and a couple others. But yeah, there's some cool paint schemes all over.
Osborne's kind of got like a Miller Lite throwback. TrackDogsRacing.com. Paint job.
Yeah.
Looks like old Rusty Wallace Miller Lite theme kind of.
As he goes to battle right now with that 89 of Goodenough, who gets that front bumper just underneath the 81 machine. Is he going to make a move here in the middles of a 3 and 4? He's going to try. Oh, just not quite able to get the power down coming out of the corner. So the 81 of Osborne's going to at least hold that position for the time being. Oh, 89 almost getting up into that quarter panel. Almost saw some contact there earlier. Looked like a couple drivers were leaning on each other, like we say. 8 tires are always better than 4.
Short
Speaking of
track,
tires.
you gotta lean a little bit.
Yeah, you do. And tires, yeah, they're probably getting close to where they're thinking, man, feel good if we had some new ones here.
And we are getting pretty close to about halfway through this opening stint before that mid-stage or midway break at lap 100.
200 laps, it seems like a lot, but a little track like this, it's only not even 2/3 of a mile.
Yeah, 19
Does go by quick.
seconds. Yeah, I think Jess has the best lap at 19.022.
Whew.
That's a quick lap.
Yeah, flirting with those 18s there, so definitely as he kind of finds his rhythm and finds that run, if he gets some new tires up on that race truck, I got a feeling we might see some 18-second lap times, especially if he can find some open track as the 55 and the 84 teammates fighting against each other here. 55 of Wittenberg looking down low on Josh Bittner. 28 of George Rincon just behind some of this action, kind of waiting for the way to clear so he can start making some moves.
Love the 89's paint job too. I know y'all probably talked about that one. It looks like the Goodwrench paint job, but it says good enough. Craig Goodenough on that 89. That's pretty good.
It is cool.
See, I didn't pick up on that, and that's why we have you here, Mr. English.
That's awesome.
Because it almost like a Goodweiser paint, but
Yep, yep.
man, there's some slipping and sliding out there now. That turn 4, they're kind of sliding into it now, and looks like Ricky's sliding up the track in 2, so those tires got to be hurting a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure, especially with the warmer track temp that you touched on here earlier, they're turning. I mean, a lot of these guys, I know we've seen some good single file action, but a lot of these guys have been stuck too wide for the majority of this run.
Yeah, that's a good, what is it, 6 through 7, or 5 through 8, or something like that. They're in a good little cluster right there.
Sweet. Take a look out the back bumper of the 55 of Mr. Ricky. See the 81 of Osborne ready to pounce just in case the 55 makes a mistake.
And you can see up there on that concrete wall, that's not a safer barrier. That's a concrete wall. Right there where the tires have been scrubbing where the wall was painted. You can see where guys have contacted the wall here tonight already a few times.
Yes, oh man. 55 just trying to run that middle to low line, just drifting up the track a little bit. I don't know, because I don't watch enough NASCAR to really understand this racetrack, but at the real life All-Star race, were they trying to maybe diamond these corners a little bit, or was it a pretty secure, kind of like a average high line to low line back up to the wall kind of line.
There's really only one way to get around, and that's the low, high, low. But you could probably try to diamond it a little bit more. I mean, I didn't watch the race this past weekend. I had other stuff going on, but I mean, I have raced on here a few times at this track, and there's just not a whole lot of room.
Yeah, it depends on how many trucks or cars on the track, right? You can't really diamond it when there's a lot of traffic near you. You're just gonna have to get what you get and don't throw a fit. That's what you're supposed to tell those kids when they're little. Here, Jonathan Osborne says he's pitting lap 56. He called it out. Let's see what happens.
As he slows way down to try to get down into those pits. Very slow pit road there, Mr. Turner. I think the speed limit's 35. So these drivers, after getting into a run, and that entrance into pit road is not an easy one either. I mean, they're coming right out of turn number 4. Heck, they're not even out of turn number 4 when they're making that dive on down to pit lane, as the 69 of Dickerson goes to the outside of the 84 of Bittner.
And they're going from just over 100 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour, down to school zone speed before they hit that cone. So that's a big swing.
Yeah, and it's difficult because people are behind you and around you, and if they don't know, they're going to dump you into the pits. So you got to be a little bit careful. Call it out. Do the best you can.
Man.
All right, we got more people coming in.
89 and the 6 were going side by side. 89's going to bail out of it and come on down and take his first round of green flag pit stops here. 6, Trevor Robertson with a wonderful racing stripe, as if he hasn't lost enough paint from last week at Darlington. 33 and just fought, making his dive down to pit road. Same thing, 74 of Zachary Hallen. And I think that's one of the things they got right here for this evening, is allowing only a certain number of drivers to compete here tonight. And that it prevents it from the entire track from being congested. I know we've been seeing a whole bunch of good side-by-side racing for position, but the leaders haven't had to really struggle with any lap traffic just yet.
Yeah, can you imagine if there was 35 trucks out here, how badly congested the track would be, as you say, and it would just be a mess. Everybody on top of each other.
Yeah, and it's the all-star race, so not everybody gets to race in it. I wouldn't get to if it was my league. But they did have a qualifier Monday night, I believe. Some people got in, and just because you're not in here doesn't mean you're not you're not a great driver. You just might be not having the best season, or didn't do well in the open qualifier. I don't know. But this whole league in general is great. Look at that. Ricky Wittenberg got turned and saved it.
69 got into him there, Larry Dickerson.
Ooh, Dickerson almost getting into the quarter panel there of the 84 too, as the 84 goes slipping and sliding down the racetrack. He's trying to slow it down so he can make a dive coming on into pit road. Ooh, man, some good avoidance there from drivers behind him.
What is Larry Dickerson doing here? Is he trying to make enemies right now at the All-Star race? He hit 2 in 1 lap. That's all right. Let's get into some fights now.
That's how you pass at a narrow short track. You just got to get into the back of them and then go under them. Bump and run.
Be prepared. At lap 65, you be prepared to get paid back a little bit later on in the race. That's the best part about it. And look, Edith Anderson says Team Anderson is in the house, like all caps. That means that's big time, yelling at us, letting us know. Oh. They're probably all here, which is awesome to have all the Andersons. Yeah. Kathy says, Team Anderson, Team Albert here. Glad to find y'all. All right, Ricky Wittenberg's coming down, and Albert Anderson, America's driver, is going to pit.
A few people electing to make their pit stops now as the pit cycle continues to roll on by. And these drivers gonna be forced to take a full stop coming up here at lap 100 as some of Timothy Pope makes his way on down into pit road.
A couple of splash and goes maybe here. A lot of full service though.
Yeah, you need tires. I mean, they have 5 total sets. I'd throw them on. I think there's enough to make it through.
Player just got gas, or he got 2.
You could try that option too.
Yes, Adamson now making his way down into the pits, but this is making for some interesting racing as people on different laps right now are battling against each other. 14 of Dustin Eaton last pitted back on lap 13 during one of those cautions, so he's trying to ride this one out for a little bit, and looks like he's going to make his way down back into the pits. That's going to leave the 33 of Jess Vaught out there as contact between the 3 and the 10. Ooh, both drivers getting up into the wall. 10 very slow coming back down the racetrack.
Yeah, 18 checked up though. Cawthon looks all right. He's got some damage to the front end of that truck, but he's missing a right front fender too.
Again, thankfully these drivers tonight do have 2 fast repairs available to them, and I got a feeling we might be seeing some coming up at that midway break as the 69 Larry Dickerson, after completing his rounds of pit stops, now right back to it, trying to chase down that 84 of Josh Bittner, the leader of Jess Vaught, sitting right up there in front of him. Currently only 11 trucks on the lead lap. It looks like the 84 Josh Bittner's just gonna let the 33 on by. Well, never mind. He maybe just got a little hot into the corner.
Adam, if you're missing a bumper and a couple of fenders, are you even going to bother using a fast repair if it's aero only? Yeah, that's
not. But you never know what the engine damage the sustains. That's what we can't see inside the truck or feel. It might be a little bit of slowdown, so you may have to take a fast repair. They have 2 tonight, so I'd err on the side of caution if your truck's not running right. You don't need the paneling and stuff, but you need that engine to be firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, Peyton McGowan saying that the 84 Josh Bittner was playing a little Mario Kart and accidentally drove over one of those bananas out there as he was slipping and sliding.
I love me some Mario Kart.
I've never played the thing.
Man, it's changed from what it used to be, and I can't say for the better as we got 3 wide coming out. Oh no, 28 of George Rincon. Oh man. Everybody's still pointed. He eventually got pointed back in the right direction. No yellow comes out, losing a couple of positions here as the 28 went for a little bit of a wall ride.
That got Western.
Yeah, he tried to come up there, but he's kind of forced up the track. But who was up there?
It looked like Dave Mayberry getting kind of involved in that. Oh man, it was one of those very close calls. I don't think it was netcode. There was just a little quarter panel to quarter panel contact with the Uncle Dave and the Goodweiser machine there. So that's what happened. Thankfully, both drivers were able to drive their way back out of it, so we can remain green flag racing right now.
Had a lot of racing left to do.
Well, we drove We had a couple. We did have a couple. But after that, it cleaned up. Dave Mayberry's pitting right now in lap 79, 80. Interesting.
And that's
they got damage during that little accident.
I believe by the looks of it, that's probably going to complete your pit cycle here, as we got about 20 laps left to go before the stage break. 7 of Timothy Pope and the 6 of Trevor Robertson having a good battle side by side right now. Both the team ain't dead yet members having a good little fight.
Anderson going 3 wide with the 74 of Zachary Hallinan and Andrew Cawthon back there. Andrew Cawthon lifting to let his buddy come through.
69 Larry Dickerson trying to drive it like he stole it. going outside of the 99, but unfortunately getting up into those marbles, not able to put the power down, ends up losing a good chunk of momentum he had.
Scraped the wall a little bit there too, on the back stretch. They go around this track so quickly. 19, 20 seconds they're around all the way.
81 of Osborne fighting to stay in front of the 7 of Timothy Pope, but alas, the Pope machine able to fly right on by.
Watching Dickerson's line, he's running that high line almost all the way around the track, and he's able to get so much more momentum off the turn, but then he loses it going in. But you see him side by side with Hallinan here. Oh, 16 into the wall right in front of Dickerson. He's going to have to duck low.
Hallinan holding on to the second place spot right now. Really no pressure behind him, but unfortunately no pressure in front of him. Again, we will get things re-racked and restacked, but Jess Vaught right now 8.5 seconds ahead of everybody in this field right now. He's actually lapped all the way up through 8th. Now working on that back bumper of the 84 Josh Bittner to lap through 7th. So, man, the 33 of Jez Vaught didn't come to play. He came here to dominate right now.
Albert Anderson's pop out there saying, surprised no yellow back there during that accident that we saw. And yeah, if the trucks weren't going slow enough, you know, and there was no traffic coming from behind, it won't throw the yellow. You know, it'll let them figure it out. Kind of a good thing sometimes to not get a yellow. Let them race it out. Now, if there's a big pile up or something, yeah, they're definitely going to throw it.
No, we've had some good just let them race it out deals happen here tonight. I like it. You got to roughhouse a little bit at a track like this, you know?
Yeah.
It's the playoff whistles, right, Turner? You got to...
Right, in hockey, for sure.
Yeah.
Let them play.
We've got about 10 laps left here in the stage. Jess Vaught, Zachary Hallinan, Craig Goodenough currently make up your top 3, but the 7 of Timothy Pope trying to chase down Mr. Goodenough's back bumper. He's also got some company coming up behind him there with the 6 and the 81, so Goodenough just trying to hold on for a few more laps to keep that position. Again, really no points up for grabs. This is all just for bragging rights and to boost your ego as, oh no, we're going to have a caution as Kelly Keel having a bit of a problem.
Uh-oh.
All that talk about no yellows. We done it.
And 01 of Kelly Keel coming out of turn number 4. Just back end, just stepping out from beneath him there. Hits the concrete inside wall guarding pit road. He was able to get it back pointed in the right direction with, thankfully, it looks like minimal damage to that 01 machine.
Catch that, Turner?
What happened?
This is officially the halfway competition caution, mandatory 4-tire and fuel stop. They're not going to throw a yellow at lap 100. This is going to be the halfway call.
Alrighty then, so there it is, your halfway call for the evening. This race tonight flying on by as we're almost 100 laps through this thing in about 30 minutes. These drivers putting on one heck of a show for these all-star fans here tonight. Vaught, Hallinan, Pope, Robertson, Osborne, and Bittner making their way on down into those pits. I think this is just kind of like one of those awkward times where you were behind the pace car. It's going to take a minute to get everybody looped back down and around and into those pits. As you can see, it's a little bit of a traffic jam out there.
Yeah, it's a narrow pit lane too, and
Well, you're forced to come down there, and I like it though. This is kind of fun to see everybody come down at once. You know, we had a good green flag run of pit stops. Now we have this. Interesting so far. We really had some fun tonight. You missed a little bit of it, English, with your tornado that didn't kill you. Thank God.
yes,
Praise Jesus. But so far, this has been really fun for an all-star race. I'm loving it.
Whew. Pope and Robertson, as well as Ricky Wittenberg, paying off their pit crews here tonight. Goodness gracious. Sub 14 pit times. Same thing for the 33 at Jess Vada, 13.9. Goodness gracious. There was definitely some, I think some money got exchanged hands in that iRacing office.
I have to check some of them lug nuts too. Make sure they got 5 on each. A couple of them wheels may have 3.
While we're pacing behind the pace truck here, I want to say once again, first off, a huge thank you to Miss Lori Vaught for being the administrator over here for the VRL and making sure these boys behave, but also for sending us some fantastic fun facts that we can share with all of you at home. She puts a lot of work into these, and we definitely appreciate her effort in doing so. I'll give you the first one here, and that is to tell sweet little Elena Burke, one of Mr. Jeremiah Burke's daughters, a happy birthday from Auntie Lori. She just turned 8 on Monday, so happy birthday there, Elena.
Yeah, happy birthday.
The pace truck's lights turn off, and we go back to green flag racing here. 33, 7, and 74, putting the pedal to the metal down as we go back to green flag racing. 33 slipping and sliding through turns 1 and 2. Looked like the 74 was getting a great run up there on the outside lane, trying to make some moves. He's going up around the outside of the 7 of Timothy Pope here as the
72 is around.
Oh no!
Chandler Paul, Chandler Man in the Wheaties machine in the outside wall in 4.
And that will
3.
I'll bring out the little quickie caution here. Again, fresh tires, maybe a little chilly tires. Gonna be a little tough out here. We go ahead and see what happens with old Chan the Man.
I think it was on his own. I'm not sure, but that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it looks like maybe it's. Oh man, and then the 10 and the 3 get into the back of him there. That's whew. That's and looks like the engine is smoking for the 72. So a little bit of a rough ride, and gotta watch out for the whiplash there, Chandler. On that 72 Wheaties machine. But yeah, it looks like the banana peel got moved from turns 2 to turn number 4 there.
Yeah.
For the 72.
Man.
Looks like the Bossier Parish mosquito truck going around there as he comes into his pit stall.
Ooh, that's never pretty, isn't it? You know, and the smell kind of makes you a little dizzy.
I used to follow it in my motorcycle.
I knew you did. That's what I was going to say.
So I would get coated. You know what I mean?
You didn't want to get hit with mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes for a couple of seasons after that.
It was in your blood, literally.
I was like a superhero. The mosquitoes wouldn't come near me.
Oh, you know what I did learn on my travels?
What's that?
So up there near like Victoria and up there in the BC area, they don't spray for mosquitoes. They spray for spongy moth, aka the gypsy moth. Because apparently they really like to eat and kill trees.
But that's weird. What do they spray? It's probably something that's not harmful to, it's probably like, they probably put Dawn in there and just put some Dawn and vinegar and just spray it.
It probably, I mean, the beginning of the year is, when the larvae are just kind of popping out and that kind of stuff. So it's, they don't need to be too crazy with it.
Canada.
But that was something yeah.
That's where they test all America's new rules is in Canada, It's a testing ground for the United States.
Also, apparently, the state bird of Alaska is the mosquito.
Yeah. Here they are big up there. I've never been up that way, but...
They're terrible. I've known guys stationed up there around Anchorage, and they have several hatchings of mosquitoes a year, and they're huge.
Are there as many, like in Houston? We had, like, billions of them.
They're so big they cause damage to the grill of your car when you hit them.
Get out of here.
I'm told. That's what I'm told.
That sounds like an old wives' tale.
Paul Bunyan thing, don't it?
But even our friend Adam Strom up in Minnesota says they have
Oh, that's bad.
huge mosquitoes up north, which
All
is
the
strange to me.
stained water. It's the same thing in North Dakota. There's so
I
much
guess so.
water because it's flat and the
Yeah.
snow melt. There's lakes everywhere.
All right.
As the pace truck peels off down onto pit road, we go back to green flag racing here. 33 and the 7 sending it off down into turns 1 and 2 side by side as the 74 fights with the 6 machine right behind him. Oh, 7 getting kind of sucked up to that outside wall, beating and banging right side Robance with the 33. Get that table for 2 already.
What a save by Osborne, completely sideways through 2 turns.
Man, 99 of Anderson, Bull charging his way up through the field, 3 wide with the 01 down low, sneaking past the 81, who got a little fender loving there himself.
Oh, Albert, his fans are going to be happy to see some of that. Him and 01 or Joey Keeler in a good battle. Looks like he overtook him, but he didn't.
And side by side, they battle it out. As how about this, all on the same lap? Just fought Timothy Pope, Zachary Hallinan, all running a 19:01. It's going to the thousands to see who ran the fastest lap a couple laps ago. Everybody giving it their all, knowing they're kind of in the almost the home stretch here. As a good side by side between the 01 and the 99 continues. You got the 14 of Dustin Eaton just kind of getting split up here through the middle. He's fallen back towards the 81 of Jonathan Osborne, who's more than willing to try to take that position away. Meanwhile, Zachary Hallinan, oh no, the 7 of Timothy Pope getting a little loosey-goosey down there on the bottom side. 74 is going to squeeze on by. That's also going to allow the 6 of Trevor Robertson to go to battle with his Ain't Dead Yet team member.
Kind of crowded a couple spots out there on the track mid-pack.
It really is. In a good way.
It's full.
Yeah.
Now the 89 of Craig Goodenough trying to get in on the action and battle with the 7 of Timothy Pope. Looks like these drivers may be a little too used to the old rubber out there and need to remember what it feels like to have some fresher tires.
They'd like to have some right about now.
Well, they just recently pitted only about 15 laps ago or so. So
I
not
want new laps. I want new tires every 5 laps. That's how I drive them.
I'm with you.
You got the Jimmy tire wear.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do 20. I'll do 20. I need new tires at a place like
I'm
this.
so awful at tire management.
Yeah.
99 of Anderson was able to break free of that pack a little bit, but just behind him, 81 of Osborne, 01 of Kelly Keel, 69 Larry Dickerson, all battling for position. But they're all trying to chase down that 28 of George McCon, who's currently your lucky dog driver, sitting there in that 10th position. First truck, I should say. 1 lap down, 01 of Kelly Keel, 69 Larry Dickerson having a great battle side by side.
Going by quick, fellas. Lap 115 fixing to begin here.
Getting some good running in now as the 33 of Jess Vaught seeing a little bit of a different paint scheme sitting there behind him. It's I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a flower or what on the 74 Zachary Hallinan, but Jess Vaught is definitely getting a full picture of it in his rearview mirror. Goodness gracious.
It's a sunflower. Oh, it's bananas.
Oh, it's bananas.
It's a bunch of bananas.
Where?
He's gone bananas. Zachary Hallinan's paint job. It's a whole bunch of bananas. That's what it looks like.
Oh, well, I'll have to take a look at that. I'm not a real fan of bananas, you know.
With peanut butter, they're awesome.
They got to be a little green to me.
Oh,
I don't like those mushy ones.
I don't
those
want
are
them mixed. I
gross.
want them in the middle. There's like a 2-day window where I'll eat a banana.
Yeah, okay. That's probably right.
As a 88 and the 28 start to pick up a little bit of a battle there as, oh no, 7 of Timothy Pope down into the infield grass. able to rejoin the track after bouncing off that inside guardrail. Let's see what happened here. Looks like just getting loose coming off of turn number 2. And he didn't even hit the guardrail, so a good save there for the 7 machine to keep that nose pointed straight.
Not a whole heck of a lot of runoff area here at this track, but little of it there is. He used it.
Man, that indeed he did. As Chandler Paul, he's got a hungry group of drivers coming up behind him. That's a 55 of Ricky Wittenberg trying to squeeze on by in the bottom lane. Chan the Man joining us again with the driver cam as well.
Lori Vaught out there shouting out to some of the fans that show up every week. Gene Porras out there, or Jean Porras, and Osvaldo always showing up to support the 16. And, of course, Sweet Taylor that always shows up as well.
Oh, Sweet Taylor. All our fans are awesome, man. They show up and have a good time with us. Send your friends, send your neighbors. We got to get grow this league and grow AAA broadcasting because we're trying to go big time. I don't know if y'all heard, I want to be like the Joe Rogan of iRacing. Is that something? Can we do that?
Well, I don't know if you can say his name without having to pay a trademark thing.
Well,
I mean, it was a pop culture thing.
You have to pay him a royalty now.
I'll give him 5 cents.
I will say though that we do have a something in the works that even both you, English, and Turner, you have no idea about.
Oh, be dang!
Is it the lap 150 competition caution?
No. It's free. AAA broadcasting.
He's always surprising us. Like he surprised us one time and told us, "Hey, we're gonna get something in the mail," and we did. And I was like, "Man, this is pretty cool." So I always like Brown's surprises.
Oh, one of Kelly Keel right in the outside wall as people trying to drive by. Oh no, 55 Ricky Wittenberg up into the outside wall. Oh, thankfully he was having some connection issues during that time. He was able to scoot down the racetrack without causing an issue. Green flag remains out as he's unfortunately Ricky still parked there on the inside. I think he's still I wonder if he had like a screen malfunction or something the way the 55 is reacting. Oh, something's definitely wrong. He just kept driving towards the infield there. A little bit of a rough going there for the 55 of Wittenberg, who started off this race really hot.
English, do you think he's on his yacht and he had to tell the butler to do something and he had to put the truck down low or something, or he told the captain of the boat, the yacht, to go port side?
It could be either that, or he thought that trailer that he was driving towards was like a lobster food truck or something.
Lobster food truck. Oh, I like a good lobster roll. Brown, you have those up there. I know that for sure.
Yeah, that would do. Not my favorite, but I'd be willing to buy you one there, buddy.
Thank you. I'd like to go up there and try that sometime. Man, we're stretching this thing out. This has really turned out to be a really good race. You missed the 2 quick cautions we had, English.
Yeah.
I was getting a little concerned, but man, we've turned it into a good one here.
That we have 88 still hounding that back bumper of the 28. Mr. George Rincon having a good run out there. 7 of Timothy Pope still trying to regather up a few of these positions that he's lost. He's got the 81 of Jonathan Osborne sitting right there behind him. 33 of Jess Vaught trying to pull away and continue to pull from the 74 of Zachary Hallinan. Gap is about 1 second now. Hallinan trying to stay out in front of the 6 of Trevor Robertson, dealing with a little bit of some lap traffic right now with the 01 of Kelly Keel, but doesn't seem to make too much work of it. Able to squeeze on by. The 6 of Trevor Robertson trying to get a few positions here. I will say here's for some more fun facts that Team Vigilante Force and Team Ain't Dead Yet are the only 2 teams that have every member make it to the All-Star race here tonight.
team power right there. That just goes to show you.
Oh,
Ender teams there.
they're the fancy boys of the vigilante racing world.
Osvaldo Mejia and Taylor Provax giving big thank yous to Lori for the mentions out there. Man, our fans make it what it is. That's especially the ones that show up every week like you guys.
And when we say our fans, we mean the Vigilante Racing League's fans. We're really just here to kind of just run our mouths. Brown does the best part. Me and English just kind of do the dumb part. But it's been fun to be a part of this league. We've been a part since the beginning, have we not?
Yeah,
which has been really cool.
We were the beta testers. We were here they were doing recruiting races, and I remember our first ever race going flag to flag with people we didn't even know, nor they even knew. It was a fantastic, fun night there, and it's been a great ride ever since. As the 69 of Larry Dickerson, currently trying to get some laps back here, made his way around the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. Now he's going to focus his eyes more up front as he tries to slowly gather up more positions to catch back up to that 28 of Rincon, who's still holding that position over the 88 of Mike Adamson, all battling for that lucky dog.
I wish more people could find a league like this that, is so structured and tight-knit and everything. We get people messaging us saying, hey, I'm looking for a league to join. That there's no leagues that stick together. That there's leagues that fold when there's a rift between members and stuff like this. But this is like the benchmark for iRacing leagues out there. They do such a great job.
Oh no!
7.
Oof, man.
Oh, Pope is around. Oh, big one.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
that should be a
81.
caution.
Oh man, even more contact, and there is the yellow here at lap 140. Oh man, Timothy Pope, teammate on teammate violence there. Even Kyle Vaught getting involved in that one. Goodness, let's go ahead and watch what happened here with that 7 machine getting loosey-goosey coming out of the corner. I don't know if he got stable in time, but then it looks like, did the 69 come up and give him a little bit of just a smidge of a love tap with the slower truck sitting right there in front of him coming out of the corner. I mean, really nowhere for the 69 to go. You could see he tried to get down out of the way. It was just a little too late. 7 up into the outside wall, then back down across the track. Gets into the 81 of Osborne, who goes for a little bit of a ride, and then the 7 back down across the racetrack right in front of the 84.
Laurie has announced on the radio this will count as the lap 150 competition caution, and that means that pit stops are optional. The guys don't have to come down if they don't want to here.
So we take a ride here to watch the reactions of the 16 of Kyle Vaught trying to get on the brakes. Ooh, drifting around the 7 machine down on the infield grass. Good little save there. So definitely going to be interesting to see what drivers elect to come down, which drivers elect to stay out and stick with their strategy. But I think for the most part, they may be able to... I don't know if it's going to be too close to call on fuel, especially with the 45% fuel that they're running here tonight. So I do not know what the correct strategy is here.
And I think that's why they did it, just to try to twist it up, make some different things happen tonight.
Well, I think the difference is if we had made it to lap 50, I think we would have seen everybody come down because I think they can make it from 50 to the end. The problem is we're here on lap 43, and I think that's just pushing the window just a little too much. Also, quickly finish off our fun facts here. Miss Lori named the tonight's race the One Hot Night because NASCAR had its first The Winston on May 16th, 1992. It was the first all-star race and the first race under the lights at a super speedway in Charlotte.
And that's what they called it. They called it One Hot Night. I do remember seeing that on one of those historical documentaries, on NASCAR documentaries on Speed Channel or something.
Davey Allison won the pole, led the most laps, and won the race for that one. And for the next season's All-Star race, they will be running at Charlotte.
Oh, that was Humpy Wheeler, who was one of the big promoters back then, was trying to make everything bigger and better, and they always had some kind of gimmick at the track and stuff, and he truly was he was like the ringmaster at the circus, always coming up with something to add.
I love good gimmicks, that's my favorite.
As the pace truck peels off down and out of the way, pretty much everyone coming down to their pit boxes. That's just 33 takes the green flag here once again, jumping immediately out in front with the 74, able to get the power down and securely through turns 1 and 2 to close back that gap that the 33 had opened up. 6 of Trevor Robertson trying to get back to that banana back bumper as the 74 continues to try to chase down the leader. You got the 89 Craig Goodenough having a good enough night here tonight, continuing to move back up this leaderboard. He started way up at the front here tonight with a fantastic qualifying time. He's trying to get back up onto that podium. Meanwhile, 14 of Dustin with a Y and his good buddy, the 81 Jonathan Osborne, going side by side down across the line.
Loving Pope's paint job with the Flintstones on there, with the Fred Flintstone on the hood.
Oh, I love the Flintstones.
And then you got the 6 Machine Trevor Robertson Cartoon Network with Tom and Jerry on the hood. That's awesome.
I love them too. Tom and Jerry, the original.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so good. I can still watch some of that. Not the newer stuff, but the older stuff, Eden got a little squirrely.
Yeah, Eaton got a little squirrely there alongside the 81. Thankfully, both drivers held their nerve and kept those noses pointed in the right direction. And there you have it. It's not by Vaught and it's not by Hallen. And Trevor Robertson picking up the fastest lap of the race, and it's also, we knew it was coming, in 18.9. I think the track temp's starting to cool off a little bit for these drivers. They're able to push the issue and push those cars even further to the limit here as we're closing in on the final 49 laps here at North Wilkesboro. You can see the 74 Zachary Hallinan all over the back bumper of the 33. 6 Trevor Robertson right in tow with the 89 as well. It's some good close battles. It's one thing to stay up with a person, though. It's another thing to pass them.
It's not an easy task here, unless you use the aforementioned bump and run, which I think will be late because we're less than 50 to go. It's time to bust that out.
Oh, no. Yahtzee.
Throw some wax on that chrome horn and put it to good use as we continue to battle side by side throughout this field. 14 and the 81 still having a good battle. It looks like the 81 just holding on to that position for the time being, but the 14 of Dustin Eaton, he's a hungry driver. He's looking to steal that position right back. You also got the 7 of Timothy Pope now. He is your driver currently in the lucky dog spot over the 69 of Larry Dickerson, who is fairly close to him right now. Josh Bittner is securely in 8th as, oh no, Andrew Player having some issues down on the infield grass.
Yeah, I saw his back end start to come around. I don't think he had any help with it. I think it just happened.
Oh, and he tried rejoining the track. Oh, and just people were coming up just as he was entering the race on surface, and that will bring out the yellow flag. So we can kind of see what happened here with the 18, and just getting a little loose coming off of turn number 2 there, and send him down into that inside catch guardrail.
That the racing surface goes all the way to the edge of the grass, so even coming out carefully as he did, low down on the inside lane, it still triggered the iRacing to throw the caution there because there was trucks coming. It doesn't matter where on the track those other trucks were, even if they were up high, giving him room. iRacing really can't tell the difference. They're still going to throw that caution.
And that indeed. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to all the drivers that are members of the VRL as the 7 of Timothy Pope gets the wave around for at least joining and helping some of these drivers on out. I see David Fight hanging out in the Discord. I know the 085 Mr. Greg Dobson is helping out the 10 and the 88 as helping out with some crew chiefing and all that kind of stuff. Jeremiah Burke and Jack Dixon are helping their teammates out there in All-Star Racing. So we got a good group of guys all trying to help each other out and get their teammates the All-Star win here tonight.
And even if it's not a strategy suggestion or something, like just an encouraging word from a teammate or something can really calm your nerves and help you out, especially on a short track like this where tempers are starting to flare.
Oh yeah, and not only that, but you may not be getting some strategy advice, but it's always good to be like, hey, I think I should pit here. What do you think? Just have ideas bouncing around,
Yeah, or somebody say, well, hey, Dickerson's running the high line. If you get up to him there, expect him to stay up, try to get your bumper in, that kind of thing. 'Cause they can watch everything like we can. They're not just stuck staring at the windshield like these other drivers.
It's party time coming on down into the final 40 or so laps to go here for this All-Star race at North Wilkesboro. Brought to you by the Vigilante Racing League. Having a fantastic night. Don't you worry, though. We'll be right back in action next week. Back to the regular regular racing for these drivers. But I would say completely, normal season. But they like to split the NASCAR season pretty much dead in half, which means it's playoff time coming up after this.
Playoffs? Talk about playoffs? I love the playoffs. I love how they do it in these leagues, with the eliminations and all.
I know, and we've got some good drivers and some drivers we haven't seen perform too great, but have made it into into the playoffs. So it should be a fun one to watch, as this race is, as well as the 33 gets the green flag with the 74 to his outside, side by side, almost 2-3 wide, going through turns 1 and 2. 69 of Larry Dickerson stuck there in the middle. 28 of George Rincon having a good battle with the 84 side by side as the accordion effect stacks up the field through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, nose to tail throughout the field right there as they were stacking up. More 3 wide here.
14 of Dustin with a Y. Meat in the sandwich makes contact with the 81. Contact with the 84. Beat and banging all the way around. Almost getting into that back corner panel of the 84. Good. Woo. These
that was
boys.
Intense. It's still intense. Look at 81 sliding up.
It is still going. You can tell this energy has been cranked on up to 11. It is absolutely go time in these final stages of this race here tonight. Even Jack Dixon in the 19 machine. Oh, I thought he wasn't running, but he is. So my apologies there, Jack. But he's running out there, going side by side with the 3 machine of Austin Paul.
Both of the Paul brothers making the All-Star race. Go ahead, Adam. What you got, brother?
I just love when you turn it up to 11, The other one goes to 10, but this one here goes to 11.
I love Spinal Tap. I gotta watch that again. I ain't seen it in a long time.
It's a good movie.
Good nose to tail racing up at the front. Meanwhile, back here around the 18 of Andrew Player, had the 19 of Jack Dixon looking to his outside, but get stuck up in the outside wall for a little bit. Had to check up a little bit of speed there. And then just up in front, we got the 99 of Anderson, almost getting into the 28 of George Rincon.
Oh, he got into him. All right.
Man, and then the 28 got a little extra bump there going into turns 3 and 4, which sent him up to the outside wall again.
Comes that aggression. Oh, the 3's around. Sun drop machine. Yellow's out.
Yeah. There you have it. Getting close, getting a little bit of aggression out of it.
George won't forget that.
No, George will not forget. You got the 3, just kind of a little self-spin coming out of turn number 4 there. And with the added pressure of the closing stages of this race. And he was side by side, so he wasn't able to take the exact racing line that he may have wanted to. Just the back end slips out from underneath him.
Nothing on the radio between the 99 and the 28. I'm sure they're thinking it. But here's the beauty. We were talking about bumping and running earlier. The beauty about doing that to make up a position, just pushing somebody through the turn a little bit too fast and then ducking down underneath them, is you can always say, come on the radio and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were going to check up right there," or "Hey, you slowed down sooner than I thought." You know, that you can always sweep it under. Just sweep it under and pretend like it was a mistake. You know?
You can just try to lie like they do in the New York courtrooms all you want to, but people know what really happened. You know, the real people understand.
You can do it a few times until people catch on.
Yeah, well, people know you in this league. They know each other, and I don't think anybody's trying to slip anything past anybody. They should actually apologize. I'm sure there's a couple good rivalries out here that somebody might want to throw fisticuffs. I don't know. It's not as good as the one time, I know we've mentioned this a billion times, about the dude from Ohio threatened to jump enemy lines across state lines to whoop somebody over an iRacing event. We saw that happen in iRacing before. People get heated now.
Well, because it's a simulation, not a game, you know.
I know it is. It feels real, and these guys take it serious. It's a good hobby too. I mean, you get behind the wheel, something to do. It's fairly inexpensive, you know, compared to running a real race car.
Yep.
Just a lot of fun.
But even back when I had my rig all set up, I had a local buddy here jump in it for the first time, and I'm not kidding you, within probably 3 or 4 laps running that Daytona, he was starting to try to lean it into the corner. You could see his whole body move. He was getting into it.
Yeah, you can feel it though when you're in the cockpit. And I mentioned this on several races, Brown. I know we get to see the pretty part of it. You show us the pretty part, but these guys are looking at one view. There's no other view. You look at it from the driver's perspective. Whatever your computer can handle, that's what you're looking at. Just through the windshield with the wheel. And I know you can show us that, but it's a little different. You really immersed in the cockpit of these trucks.
Oh yeah, and then you get the effect of some of these guys racing in VR, where you can actually look around and do all that kind of crazy stuff, and triple monitors, and yeah, you can go as crazy with it as you want to. As we get ready to go back to the green flag with the 74 and the 33, let's see if the 74 has picked up some ideas here to maybe try to make a run here at the 33 as they go through that restart zone. And here we go, green flag running once again. Oh, great start there from the 74 to stay with the 33 through turns 1 and 2. Is he going to get the run coming out of the corner? No, he is not. The 33 being very smooth and powerful, getting back down on that pedal as the 84, oh, everybody getting stacked up behind him as the 74 gets into the back bumper of the 33.
It's hard to stay there, you know, especially when the starting car, or truck in this case, is controlling the restart. It's hard to stay with them and keep them from clearing you.
Looked like Rincon pushed Albert Anderson up the racetrack a little bit just a minute ago, so there's some gamesmanship between drivers right there in the 28 and the 99.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a little bump and rut, but it's you just don't want to wreck the guy, you know. And that's never either of those guys' intention. I know they've been racing with each other basically since day one, and they have a fun time racing against each other as the 84 Josh Bittner and the 89 of Craig Goodenough go side by side. 89 using that wide lane, trying to get that run coming out of the corner to his advantage, and he will, for the time being, keep that front bumper in front of the 84. 81 Jonathan Osborne there as the 6 of Trevor Robertson going around.
It almost looked like a self-spin too. I'll have to watch that, but let's see what happened. No, he probably got a little help.
There we go.
He ran into Osborne there.
See what happens here with the well, helps if it focuses on the correct driver for me, which it did not.
He was slowing down to tap Oz, and he tapped Osborne, and it just spun him. Not really a huge deal.
Just it's one of those. I was listening to some of these drivers while they were kind of running around in practice, discussing with each other, you know, hey, what brake bias you guys running? because in these trucks, in some of these corners, especially with a good chunk of this field sitting in front of them, they do need to get on those brakes pretty firmly. And if your brake bias ain't set right, or you're pressing that brake just a little too much, yeah, those rear wheels will lock up and spin you out. Would also
I'll tell you what.
go for
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
No, go for
I
it.
was talking about the restart that we just saw a minute ago with, the lead truck there. As soon as he got into clean air, I mean, you could kind of relax just a little bit, as you've got the whole track to play with, as long as you don't give that second place truck a spot to nose in right there. But it looked like he was firmly in command of that restart from the beginning.
As we get everybody all grouped back on up, it's going to be about 19 laps left to go when we go back to the green flag here. I'd like to say a huge shout out to our good buddy and Mr. Greg Dobson. If you could be so kind and throw a quick picture of what the track state looks like from the overhead view for me, that would be fantastic. And I'll go ahead and throw it up on the screen, because I got a picture of what the track looked like here at the beginning of practice. I got a feeling it looks a whole lot different here now that we've run a little over 200 or almost 200 laps on this thing.
Rovered in pretty good, and there's a lot of marbles up there close to the wall.
As we saw a few people elect to come on down here for some late pit stops. Going to be interesting to see what happens here. 28 of George Rincon going to be taking over that second place spot. Last pitting lap 168, 169 for Larry Dickerson, who's also up there. Trevor Robertson at 168, and then you got a good chunk of this field at 178, 178, 178. All the way, here at this caution, all the way back to 11th, where Andrew Player is your last car on the lead lap. So it's going to be interesting, whereas Jess Vaught last pitted back on lap 141 for that full tire stop and fuels. We'll have to wait and see if that's going to come back to get him, or if staying on out and maybe a couple cautions here work to his advantage as the pace car peels off down onto pit road. Green flag out and running here once again. 33 with a fantastic restart, getting well clear of the field behind him as the 69 of Larry Dickerson finds his way up through the chaos. 84 Josh Bittner trying to follow up through alongside that 28 of George Rincon. 89 of Craig Goodenough making some moves as well, moving up alongside the 6, 81 and the 7 battling through some of this field. You got the 7 of Timothy Pope trying to climb up this leaderboard after going a lap down. You got the 14 of Dustin with a Y trying to climb up the leaderboard, as well as the 84 and the 69 go side by side. 28 and the 89 side by side right behind them as this field continues to go around as Kelly Keel. Oh, a little bit of a rough and tumble ride there as the yellow flag returns to the competition.
He left his tailgate out on the track there, it looks like.
Go ahead,
That's
watch what
all right.
happened. Oh, looks like maybe just dragging the brake just a little too much in the middle of the corner. Started to step out from underneath him there just a little bit. Maybe some marbles up against, because he was up against that outside wall a little bit. Probably didn't help him neither. Would also like to say again, one of the other drivers that did make it for this all-star race was the 92 of Greg Klein. However, internet issues have struck eastern Oklahoma, and he has unfortunately not been able to race here tonight. Also looks like the 16 at Kyle Vaught and the 55 Ricky Wittenberg have elected to remain in their pit stops and enjoy the action with a nice cold brew or a snack or something.
Jess Vaught came down to the pits.
Yeah, I think he might have. I think he recognized that some guys with some fresh rubber were going to be flying up on him here. The problem is, I don't know if this move was made a little too late, because we're going to be going back to green flag racing here with, about 12 laps left to go. And that's not a lot of
Dickerson
time.
followed him down there, so he didn't want to be left behind in the strategy, I guess.
Huh. That'll be interesting. They're trying to sort it out on the radio, and I'm not sure exactly what's happening.
Discussion about 3 wide.
I guess they're just going to try to send it, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, closing laps, all-star race, everything on the line. Yeah.
Yeah, the adrenaline's already been pumping here the last few laps, I think, after that last restart. So get ready for it to ramp up a little bit.
As your restarting lineup, it's going to look like this. The 84, Josh Bittner, with the 89, Craig Goodenough on up there. 81, Jonathan Osborne. 28, George Rincon. 6, Trevor Robertson. 7 of Timothy Pope. 74, Zachary Hallinan, who's been having a fantastic night. 14, Dustin Eaton. 33, Jess Vaughn. And the 18, Andrew Player, make up your top 10. Only 12 trucks left on this lead lap. Larry Dickerson and Mike Adamson make up those final 2 positions as the pace car prepares to come back down and onto pit road, which means it is time to go green flag racing here once again as the field comes out of turn number 4, and away we go side by side. It looks like some 2 wide, 3 wide action down into turns number 1. 89, Craig Goodenough getting an amazing jump off of that restart, able to slingshot his way around a few drivers here down into turns 3 and 4. 81, Jonathan Osborne trying to make some passes up alongside that outside wall. 84, Josh Bittner, just man, oh man, can't believe his eyes what just happened to him here on that restart as the 81 tucks back down into line right there in front of him. Got the 28 of George Rincon, 7 of Timothy Pope going side by side, 6 of Trevor Robertson slipping and sliding, and there's the big one. We got a pileup.
The 33 with those brand new tires trying to find a way around these guys, and then got sideways down low, and that was the result.
Go ahead and watch what happened here with the 6 as, oh man, he was being taken 3 wide there. And when you're stuck in the middle 3 wide, it's not a fun time. The problem is, I think he was starting that back end. Oh, he was trying to dive down across the corner as the 74. Oh, that's what happened. All right. So it was the 33 trying to come back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Gets across the nose of the 74, which spins him, and he's not able to brake and lose that momentum properly into the corner, which sends the 33 into the 6. 6 starts to go around, and then everybody just trying to check up, nowhere to go for the 18, gets him to the back of the 74. 6 is still sitting sideways on the racetrack. 33 pointing the wrong direction. Same thing with the 6. 01 of Kelly Keel was able to check up in time before any damage happened, but there it is. There's the cause of your caution and what's going to bring us down to the wire here. I also want to go back and take a look here at that 89 of Craig Goodenough. A great move up there, up at the front to restart this race alongside the 84. As the 84 got the power down. Oh, the 84 spun the tires. The 89 definitely made use of it as it went 3 wide behind him. 28 was looking down low on the 84. 81 was going up around the outside.
Keep your eye on the 69 of Larry Dickerson on this restart as well, because he did pit and get brand new tires with Jess Vaught there. So he's probably got the best tires up here towards the front.
Yeah, but do you have enough time? I don't know if they have enough time to get up there.
I don't know. What we're going to have when we restart here? Maybe 3
4?
or 4 to go?
I think
5?
4. So not an official green-white checker just yet. So, and again, we do have that one option, unless they changed it here for tonight.
I don't know that, but even if they have one, I still don't think they can drive their way to the front with fresh tires and from 11th to first. I don't know. I mean, heck, who knows? Oh Lord, there's all kinds of crazy talk on the radio tonight. right, now Osborne's talking smack on the radio. I think he's ready to rock here. You heard some of that there?
Yeah, I heard a
Eagle?
little bit of it.
Ooh, all right,
He's confident.
Brown. This is where you make your money, Brown. Let them have it.
As the lights on the pace truck turn off, the 89 and the 81 going side by side. It is time to buckle up, strap on those drinking helmets, throw inhibition out the window. It is racing time here at North Wilkesboro with the Vigilante Racing League All-Star Race. 89 and the 81 side by side down through turns 1 and 2 off of that restart. 81 of Osborne doing a great job keeping up the pace and keeping up the pressure on that 89 of Goodenough as they remain side by side, exiting turns 3 and 4. Caution coming out behind them as they come across the line. 28 of Rincon going for a wild ride. 89 towards the end of it, though, getting into some contact and losing a few positions.
Jess Vaught trying the bump and run with the 74, but there were so many trucks around him. Didn't really have room to go anywhere. And then
Right.
Rincon lost it up high.
Green-white checker will be coming.
As we go ahead, take a look, see at what happened. Yeah, just a little self-slip and slide there for the 28. Gets down into the 69 of Dickerson. It was actually a little bit of some net code there, which was kind of interesting. And then it was a four-way meat sandwich happening down across the racetrack, and a whole bunch of drivers all piling on up. 33 going sideways, getting a piece of the action. The 14 of Dustin with a Y getting sucked up into it. 72 of Chan the Man had this, looks like the 6 of Trevor Robertson. 99 of Anderson did a great job of checking up in time for it, as everyone able to drive on out of it. And then kind of towards the tail end here, something happened with Craig Goodenough up at the front. Let's go ahead and see what happened here. Pushing out of turn number 4, 81 Jonathan Osborne. I mean, he was as high as he could be, just a 89 drifting up the track and spun across the front bumper of Osborne. And then hard impact there with the 6. Oh, goodness.
This is our one and only attempt now. Green-white checker. Official green-white checker, that is. See the 74 with his caved-in tailgate from the 33 trying to get through there. That happened right before the Rincon spin. Getting aggressive out there. I like it.
It's definitely definitely been a wild ride of a race, and we ain't done yet. Bonus time here for this all-star race tonight, and I wouldn't rather have it any other way. These drivers have put on a fantastic show here this evening, and we can't wait to see how this one finishes up. Hopefully it finishes up under green. All they got to do is once when the green flag waves, make it back around, the leader make it back around and cross that start-finish line to take the white flag. But unfortunately, if some shenanigans happens before then, well, we don't get to re-rack and stack it. The field is frozen, and we wait for the official decision.
Definitely living up to the one hot night moniker there. Been a good one.
Craig Goodenough said he's got a black flag.
I wonder if he came down a closed pit, like the pit lane hadn't opened up yet for him to get some repairs.
He's not requesting it be cleared. He said, I'll go ahead and serve it. He said, I don't know what it's for.
As here we go, the lights of the pace truck turn off as he turns off down onto pit road. 84, 81 side by side as here we go. Green flag racing, green white checker racing here to close this one on out. The 81, 84 were side by side, slipping and sliding behind them. Goodness gracious, they're continue to race it on out, and there's the yellow. 81 goes sideways. 84 of Josh Bittner makes it on through. We're going to an official decision.
Yeah, Rincon went down low. He's been going down low every restart, getting down as low as he can there. And I think he just come up the track into some traffic. We'll have to watch a replay to be for sure.
Go ahead and Kind of watch what happens here. Up from the No Lies chopper camera. Hammer gets put down. 28 look down low. Little bobbing and weaving there. 3 wide, 33, and the 7 with the 28 down low. And the 28 just getting up and snagging a piece of the 7. 74 getting caught up in the action. 6, and it was all helter-skelter from there on out. And then I don't know exactly when the yellow flag came out, but up at the front, it was almost 3 wide with the 69 and the 84. We see what happens. Oh, 69 trying to keep it off the wall, ends up bouncing down into the 81 of Jonathan Osborne, which takes Osborne down and around, and let the 84 of Josh Bittner go by with the 69 of Dickerson and 33 of Jess Vaught making it on through.
Well, we just got official word from Lori. The finishing order is as is in iRacing there. The official iRacing. Josh Bittner with the win. Larry Dickerson second. 33, Jess Vaught picking up third. There will be no spotlight driver interview tonight.
Alrighty, and there you have it. Your race winner, the 84 of Josh Bittner, with Larry Dickerson and Jess Vaught making up the podium. A fantastic night full of racing. Thank you all for tuning in and joining us here tonight. We will be getting with the driver interviews here in just a moment. That was one heck of a race. Unfortunately, weren't able to race it completely to the end, but hey, it's All-Star Race Weekend, baby.
They did the best they could, but Adam, how about that great aggressive racing on that last restart?
I thought it was good. I would have liked to see them just kind of finish it out green. Most of the race was great. Lots of green, lots of really good driving, and hey, it's a short track. It's going to be hard to keep it together with 20 trucks out on the track, so good enough finish for me. On to next week. I don't know where we are next week. That's going to be fun too, wherever it is. Does anybody know?
I have to go look. I hadn't looked at the schedule.
Trick question. I know.
It's a trick question. We can take a sneak peek. Oh, we're going to the good old Charlotte.
Oh yeah,
600 next week.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Memorial Day. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Should have remembered that off the top of my head.
I should have too. They've been talking about it all week. I don't know why.
I know.
Didn't register.
Brain fart.
Yeah.
Well, as some mistakes have happened, but that's okay. We will have a spotlight driver interview here tonight, and that spotlight driver is going to be the 72 of Mr. Chandler Paul. As soon as things start working for me, there we go. As tonight's spotlight driver, the 72 of Mr. Chandler Paul, join us up here in the booth tonight. Chandler, congratulations. Got the spotlight driver of the evening here tonight. That 72 machine, it actually didn't get beaten and banged too bad out there. I know you got involved in maybe one or two couple things, but looked like you were having a pretty smooth night.
Surprisingly, it didn't get torn up as I thought it was. I practiced Monday, and the truck felt a lot different today than it did Monday, so... all in all, I think I was just getting a stripe for most of the time, besides the one caution where it had me start up front and I just ran out of talent and got ran over and caused a huge wreck. But and drove through a couple huge wrecks. But all in all, kept the Wheaties Chevrolet clean. You know, it was a decent car or truck. I just man, I can't get this track down. When I feel like I do get this track down, I always make a mistake, and it's one thing after another.
Well, congrats on making it to the All-Star race. You and your brother both started here tonight. Both y'all finishing a lap or two down here tonight. But heading to Charlotte next week. Are you excited about that? We're going to be watching the Coke 600 on TV for sure on Sunday.
Oh yeah, super stoked for the Coke for our version of the Coke 600 and to watch the Coke 600 this weekend. I feel like Charlotte's one of those tracks that, well, rarely ever puts on a bad race, and with it being one of the longest races of the season, you know, there's just a lot more opportunities for things to go wrong. But yeah, I'm super excited for Charlotte. I'm actually fairly decent at Charlotte, so I'm pretty pretty pumped about it, and I got a pretty awesome patriotic paint scheme that I'm in the works of. So hoping to have it done by Tuesday, so before Wednesday. So hoping to have it done. A lot of people will know what it is, and once when they see it, they'll recognize it. So it's going to be really good. I just got to get some final details done before next week. So yeah, looking forward to Charlotte and hoping to get a good result there, because that's when the playoff starts, and being the 16th seed, it's gonna be tough for me. So it's a wing and a prayer from here. I'm gonna see how far I can go.
Well, I can't wait to see that paint scheme. Who'd you like to give you some thank yous to tonight?
First and foremost, got to shout out my buddy Cruz. Anytime I'm on here, I'm always shouting him out. I actually don't know if he's watching today or not. He might be at work. But if he goes back and watches this, he knows I love him. Of course, shout out to my team with Austin and George on here, and Mike as well, even though he wasn't here today. Goodweiser, we had a decent result today. We've been doing some pretty good work as a team together, getting some good results, which is really good. And then, of course, my mom and dad for them putting up with me doing all this stuff on a Wednesday night every week. So, and all that. And then I'm running out of people to say thanks to. So I'm just say thanks to my dogs, Roscoe and Lulu, just because I would just wanted to say two more names out there and tell y'all that I got two dogs over here that are bothering me right now. So.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you go, and if they're probably hungry for a little bit of something, so we'll let you get down to it. But
I think they're ready to go to bed.
Oh, that might.
Or they need to go outside. One of the two.
That might be it, man. Well, congratulations on the Spotlight driver and a good run in here, up a couple spots to finish in 17th for the 72 at Mr. Chan, the man, Chandler Paul, having a great night here at the All-Star race, man. Congratulations and good luck with the upcoming playoffs here, buddy.
Thank you. Take care. I hope you get to watch the broadcast later, or tomorrow, actually, and hope it's a good one for next week.
And there you have it. Good to hear from our good buddy there, which will now go up and step to the podium and talk to tonight's third place finisher, a driver who commanded 3/4 of this race. It's the 33 of Mr. Jess Vaught coming on home on the podium here tonight. Jess, congratulations on the third place finish. I know not exactly where you wanted to finish here tonight, especially running up at the front for, the majority of this race. It just kind of came down to when people took pits, when people took tires.
Yeah, the cautions, at the end is what got me. If it stayed green, even like one of those 2 or 3 cautions before I went to the pits, I would have just stayed out, and I think I had them covered at that point. But the cautions came out, and so it's always a tough decision from the first place. Okay, do I go in, do I not go in? And even when they had there were a couple of them behind me, I want to say like 13 lap fresher tires on a couple restarts, I was still able to pull away. So it was like decision time on that last one. I was like, Bittner was behind me. I think he had like 20 something lap fresher tires. I was like, I'm not going to win if I don't go at least try to get tires and do this. And that's where it went from there, man.
And your restarts were just phenomenal. Get clear and then stay in that clean air, and just Alan said it right there. Command the race, and that's what you were doing up front there. We saw kind of a tone change in the race here tonight. We had a lot of good green flag lap racing, and then right at just after lap 150ish, you could tell guys were getting more aggressive. You were one of those drivers just doing what you can to try to bully your way up through the field, and you did what you had to do, and it just didn't work out for you.
Yeah, I know the one restart there after I took tires. If I just missed clearing, I think Hallinan by the smallest of margins. If I had made that clear there, I think I could have got back to the front. That was as soon as the spotter said clear, you got to take it on a track like this, and he got a little bit of a run as I'm coming down, and it just wasn't quite there. So, and then at the end, it was just dodging the wrecks. So, yeah, it's disappointing when you have a good run like that, and you just kind of lose it due to a strategy call. Do you go to the pit? You don't go to the pit, but that's racing, man.
Yeah, it happens. You made the call. You got to stay with it. It doesn't matter. You got your podium. It was a fun race overall. Good job tonight. Who'd you like to throw some shout outs to?
Lori, as always, my queen. Got her. She does everything for me, aside from and running this league and taking care of everyone. So I appreciate her. And then my son Kyle, he helped her out a little bit tonight once he got knocked out. And just love the fact that he's able to race with me since he doesn't live in the same state. That's pretty awesome. And Taylor for watching from back in Chicago. My teammates, Greg Klein, I mean, he just had some internet problems tonight and just wasn't able to even get on the grid. So I feel bad for him on that one because he raced so hard on Monday night to make the grid. So I'm thinking about him, Kelly Kuehl and Dave Mayberry, my boys. So and you guys for putting on a great show, highlighting our league and making it what it is. It's all a team effort to make it shine. So thank you.
Awesome, man. Well, great job running up there to get that podium finish here tonight in third for the 33 of Mr. Jess Vaught. Great job running here at this All-Star race, and good luck with the upcoming playoffs here, buddy. Get that next championship.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
With that, we will move up the leaderboard and talk to tonight's second place finisher, the 69 of Mr. Larry Dickerson, getting that second place spot here tonight. Larry, it was a lot of beating and banging and a lot of elbows being thrown out there, but you were able to fight through it up 14 spots. Your hard charger of the day to round out that second place, man. Congratulations.
I appreciate it, man. That was a blast. My first All-Star race. Wish we didn't have that last caution because me and Jess had a little bit fresher tires, and I was wanting Bittner, and on that restart, being I was on the outside, I was biting at the chomps, just praying, please let it go green because I got a chance for the steal one. But man, that was so much fun. A lot of strategy played into it, and I like that. And for a short track race, it was some really good green flags runs tonight, and that's kind of caught me off guard, and that's kind of why I played the strategy like I did, and it almost came back to bite me in the butt late early in the race. But man, we kept digging, and that was fun.
Well, talk about that last pit stop. Now, was that planned, or did you, when you saw Jess go in, did you think, okay, now's the time to do what the leader does, and then maybe give yourself a real good chance to catch him?
No, that was not planned. I kind of figured those guys was figured they were gonna come in, and I still had a set in left in the pit. So when they came in, it bumped me all the way up to third on the next second or third on the next restart. And I know we only did like 2 or 3 laps, but being that their lap tires had so much more fresher wear on them than what mine did since I stayed out, I can tell they were going to eat me alive with stay greens. As soon as that caution came out, I knew Jess had old tires. I was like, well, Jess is really good at getting through the field. Maybe I can follow him if I come in and get tires with him my last set. And me and Jess were talking. We actually, I told him that I actually thought when I came in with him when there were 10 to go, that we was not going to have enough time to get through the field because there was enough cars on the lap to hold us up. And I just got lucky, missed the wrecks. I didn't have a single incident point all night, but that very, not the last lap, but the next to last caution to cause a green-white checker. The wrecks started happening behind us, and George, I can see him above me, he got loose, and he came down and nailed my right front. And on that last restart, I actually had a steering wheel damage. So I couldn't give up the track position. I was like, well, let's ride it out and see what happens. And man, I wish that last wreck never happened, because when I went back and looked at it, it was that dreaded net code again. Me and Jess, I think we both agreed that never came out. I was going to hang it 3 wide and go for broke and try to get what I could. And that net code got us.
Well, it's almost like the Oscars here. We're about to have to pull you off the stage quickly. You have any shout-outs?
Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to take that long, but
You good?
Want to give my first All-Star race. I want to give Lori and Jeff the biggest shout-outs. They run such a fantastic, awesome league. I don't know how many times I've said it, but I'll keep saying this is the best league in our racing. It's fair. These guys are clean. They're respectful. And we all have a lot of fun. Shout out to y'all guys. I still think y'all deserve an Emmy nomination myself for y'all's broadcasting. There ain't nobody better in the business the way y'all cover the race. And it's funny to hear y'all's jokes during the race get good laughs afterwards when I watch the replay. Shout out to my teammates, Jeremiah. Wish he could have raced tonight. Jack and Albert. Appreciate them always having my back, sticking with me, and believing in me. Shout out to my wife for putting up with me doing this, sometimes 4 or 5 days a week. Shout out to my sponsors, LA Construction, Iron Horse, Grafix. I actually remember my sponsor's name for once, who does my paint jobs since he changed it. And of course, y'all know Angelman Syndrome Foundation. Anybody can go donate to any forms of autism. Doesn't have to be just the Angelman, but any forms of autism. You'll be on them people a wonderful cause. And last shout out, we did the Albert P2 in the All-Star race. We almost pulled it out, buddy. You the man. See you at work tomorrow.
Awesome, man. Well, big congratulations to the 69 of Mr. Larry Dickerson, your hard charger of the race and second place finisher here tonight, man. Congratulations. Good luck with the upcoming playoffs, buddy, and have a good rest of the season here.
Appreciate it. And until next time,
And with that, we move on up to our final podium position. It's the one that matters. The 84, Josh Bittner, picking up the race win here for this All-Star race. You were the king of the All-Stars here, Josh. Congratulations. One heck of a drive out there as you got the job done.
Yeah, it sucks. I've won 2 All-Star races, and I don't think I've done either of them in the most clean fashion, but win's a win, I guess.
Well, I'm sure Peyton was proud to watch you out there today, and you stuck with it, and it got a little crazy there at the end. But for the most part, this short track really produced some great green flag lap racing out there. That part of it and the strategy part of it really did outshine the few cautions that we had out there here tonight. I don't know if you see it the same way.
Oh, no, absolutely, Alan. I mean, just it's crazy watching the Monday qualifiers, or the Open, I should say. Just the absolute contrast between what we saw Monday, where it was like 30 cautions or some insane clip, versus tonight. It just goes to show you get the best drivers out here, and best 20, you're going to get the best show. Definitely is that kind of track where it's technical, but once you get those tires in real good, it gets a lot harder to pass. You got to start, hanging on people's right rears and slinging around them. And I did a terrible job managing my tire. I had like a 7th or 8th place car all night. I mean, that first stint, the only reason why I didn't go a lap down was because Jess was all behind me for about 25, 30 laps. I think there was a lap car got wadded up into somebody. I think they like bunched up or something, and that kind of slowed Jess down or something. So like, other than that, like I really had a really pedestrian night. I just was able to utilize tire strategy at the end, and make my way to the front.
Well, you did that, man. Awesome job. Who'd you like to give some of those shout outs to?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's great to be on the track and having you guys in the booth. I gotta say though, it was a lot of fun doing that with Gary last week. So if I ever did something stupid and got suspended, I think I would like to go in the booth. Just saying. But no, also Lori and Jess for putting this on, and also taking their time for a Monday Open race as well. It's not just one race. They had to negotiate here. They had to do a second one this week. It's not just a mock race. There was a lot that went into that as well. I know Lori had herself a night Monday, I'm sure. Appreciate their efforts, of course. The team, Ricky, Trevor, Kyle, Tim, first time I think a team in this league's gotten all 5 people into an all-star race. I don't know where the stat tracker is on that, but I'm just going to call it and say that's a fact. I forget how many people are on force, if it's 4 or 5, but so I guess we'd be tied for first time if they have 5. But anywho, Peyton, shout out to her. She's got a graduation tomorrow. Albert for getting out of my way when I sent it by him on the outside. Track Dogs racing on YouTube. YouTube channel just started up. Got a race on June 7th. Looking forward to that in real life. So hopefully we put some content out there. And Yeah, just appreciate it. It was a fun night overall.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations tonight, race winner and the lead all-star, the 84 Josh Bittner, picking up the race win here tonight from North Wilkesboro. I forgot the name there for a second there, but man, congratulations.
I wanted to say Richmond earlier.
I know it's been a long week, but congratulations, Josh. Great job racing out there, buddy, and good luck with the upcoming playoffs here.
I hear you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
And with that will close out the interviews here tonight. And fellas, it was an all-star race, and it was definitely one for the ages. Saw a couple quick cautions there at the beginning, a little bit of some green flag runs there in the middle, and then some more shenanigans towards the end, and just brought everything together to a pretty well closed book tonight.
Yeah, it's a great one to watch, and I was surprised at how clean most of the racing was, and just great race here. It was a long one, but glad y'all stuck around to watch it with us.
Yeah, looking forward to next week though. Charlotte's gonna be awesome. Tonight was great. Let's push forward, and can't wait for the next one.
And as we push forward, let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here for the evening with that 84. Josh Bittner picking up the race win, 69, and hard charger Larry Dickerson able to find home in second, and in third will be the 33 of Mr. Jess Vaught. 7-4, Zachary Hallinan had a pretty solid night here tonight, ended up in fourth. 88 of Mike Adamson, man, he was battling quite a bit here this evening, but he was able to walk away with a top 5 finish. Andrew Player in the 18 machine kept fighting and got a 6th place finish. 7th will be the 99 of America's driver, Albert Anderson, with a pretty solid run there towards the end. 81, Jonathan Osborne, unfortunately, just as the caution was coming out, and he was involved in a piece of the caution up towards the front, ends up dropping down to 8th, but a solid run there for him. Andrew Coughlin in the 10 machine finishes here tonight in 9th, with the 6 of Trevor Robertson. Run out your field's top 10.
Yeah, the 7 truck, and the 6 is Trevor Robertson's Cartoon Network brother truck right there. Tim Pope, he'll finish in 11th place here tonight. 12th will go to Dustin Eaton in the 14 machine. The 28, George Cone, finishes in 13th place, the last truck on the lead lap. The first truck 1 lap down, Austin Paul in the 3, finishes in 14th place. 15th, Jack Dixon in the 19. Austin's brother Chandler finishing in the 72 machine in 16th place here tonight. Dave Mayberry in the 29 finishes in 17th. 18th goes to Craig Goodenough in the 89. The 19th place goes to the 01 of Kelly Keel. And rounded out your top 20, the 16 of Kyle Vaught.
Oh, you're gonna give me Ricky Whitberg in 21st? That's what I got there.
Oh, there's a few underneath that, but I guess they didn't grid. Sorry about that.
Nobody gridded there. Ricky Wittenberg was your final guy. Lori Vaught, thank you for race control. The other guys on there, I don't know. Greg Klein had an issue. Greg Dobson was doing something else. John Curtis, John Gallagher. They're part of the league, so let's just mention them.
I'm just used to stopping at 20, you know?
I know, you're like a robot, man. Like,
I'm like a robot.
Tornadoes got you crazy.
Yeah.
And that indeed they did. But as always, as we wind things down here from North Wilkesboro, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and joining us here, because you guys are the reason why we do this and absolutely love it. So big time thank you to all of you fantastic fans out there. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you do enjoy any of the action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button so that way we can continue to grow this fantastic racing community. Also have to say a huge thank you to the proud sponsors of the VRL, like GC Cruise Travel, Blue Fox Properties and Mr. Dave Mayberry, D&D Race Graphics, and Southbound Real Estate with Mr. Ricky Wittenberg. Thank you guys so very much for sponsoring a fantastic league so they can put an amazing show on week in and week out. And they wouldn't be able to do it without your support. So big time thank you to all of you. So with that brings us a close here for the evening. Memorial Day weekend coming on up, so the Numb Thumbs Racing League is off. Our next race in action is going to be on Wednesday over there at Charlotte. here for the VRL as their playoffs kick off in their little first round battle going on over there. Should be a wonderful time. Don't drink and drive. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Also, please remember why we do celebrate Memorial Day and honor those that paid the ultimate sacrifice to enjoy our freedoms that we make use of each and every single day. I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We are signing off.
We gone.
See ya.